Now we're going to learn how to make a EDM kick using only the drums that are provided with Ableton. I'm doing this video because I hear a lot of people talking about how to get a good drum sound or get a good, especially with EDM kicks, you basically gotta go buy a pack and stuff like that. And I just don't think it, because those kicks were made from something. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a kick that has heavy bass, but will cut through the mix and is very, has a little bit of a click, and it's gonna be good. Firstly, you're gonna want to see how these symbols are different. These are the audio clips and these are the racks. We're gonna want to use the audio clips. Of course, if you want that bass, you're gonna use an 808. So we're gonna drop that. I have 3 tracks set up here. We're gonna layer three samples, and then we are going to combine all 3 onto this audio track, and then we're going to put it into our drum rack. You might notice that one's got a little bit more. There's that click at the beginning. Well, if you zoom way in, Ableton fades their crap. They fade it. Which personally, if you get rid of the fade, this sample starts way off on the side. That's called DC offset, and that's what's creating that click, which you can use it creatively, but personally I don't like it, so I'm going to keep that fade, because we're gonna get the rest of that tone, that click from somewhere else. So that's where our low end is going to come from. We're going to drop an EQ on there. Not going to mess with it yet. Go back to our drums, and now we're going to find something that we like the body of, like the mid-range, specifically the lower mids. We're going to find something that we like. We'll do the 909 for the mid-range. And then for the high end, which we're going to just use just the click, we're going to use the 707. To make things simpler, click, shift, click, and you can select all. Then Control G, you're going to put that into a group track. Let's loop this. Alright. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get the low end out of this 707, because I don't want it. I want just the click. Same thing with the 909. I really just want that lower mid-range. but I want to get rid of most of the bass. This tail is a little bit long for my liking, so we're going to take a fade. This one too, we're going to tighten this one up quite a bit. Turn off the grid so we can kind of do some fine adjustments. You can find your mix, find exactly how much bottom and mid-range and click you want for your kick. We're coming with the EQ and adjust things. Again, this is to taste, and it all depends. But I cut a little bit mid-range, lower mid-range, boost a little bit, and then boosted this click a little bit. And then with the compressor, probably going to use 2 of them. The first one, we're going to have a quick release. Not too quick. Anything that's bass heavy is going to create distortion on the compressor. The compressor is going to create distortion when you have a really fast release like that. You can hear that. Let's do a 3-to-1. This fast attack is it's compressing the tail more than anything. And then the next one, we're going to control that transient a little bit. We're really fastest attack we can, and we're going to kind of loosen up this really. Make sure we're not clipping. I'm going to try and make this as loud as possible without clipping. Now let's see this. Lighten up the compression on the first one. I'm thinking it's sounding pretty good. Then what we're going to do is you're going to enable this track, enable record, change the input to resampling, take the loop off, and then just hit line it up, and then just hit record. And now we have our sample. Now if you click it and hit Control R, you can rename it. We'll call this kick. Enable your drum rack, and then we can drag that right into there. I figure whenever you're making your own samples and you do them so basically you're peaking almost at 0, -6 is pretty good. with the default velocity settings and stuff like that, because that's going to put you back quite basically back right where you were. Okay, in the next tutorial in the series, we're going to go through and make a whole drum kit. Well, not necessarily the whole one, but kick, snare, and hats. And the next one we'll talk about snares.